What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. My mother used to say, when it rains, it pours. And oh my God, is that a true story? It pours a lot, right? It pours a lot. What do we really mean when we say that? When problems come, they really come. You ever have a week, your car doesn't work, your girlfriend or your wife is really being on your nerves, you lost your debit card, everything that can happen will happen. And with Tiffany Henyard, it's the case. When it rains, it pours. And now all the things are coming out. It's kind of like what happened with P. Diddy. When P. Diddy started having a problem, everything came out. Whether it's true or false, right? But here's what we found out. With our girl, Tiffany Henyard. Did you know that when she took up office, she basically did something on her hair and weave? It's remarkable. Hair and weave. Now, wait a minute. Before we get into that, let's talk about how much money does she make. She makes about $3,000 from Dolton Township, over $227,000. Part-time jobs, right? That's like $20,000 a month. Now, this is the person who was largely uneducated, had no money, okay, at all. She gets into government, now she's making more money than she's ever made in her life. The answer is, why would she need somebody else's money? Now, before I get into the tea, a brother Hannibal interviewed a former assistant of hers, Stephanie Wiedeman, Caucasian lady in Dolton Township. She's going to talk about the character of Tiffany Henyard, and then we're going to come back.
When you said you kind of knew this person had some issues, just communicating, dealing with others, you knew that kind of early on, just dealing with her before she got more power and more, I guess they get more power with the situation.
The qualities, they were there, and I believe that the money and the power made those small qualities very large.
Can you describe the first instance where you thought with Henyard, her decision making or her ethical or legal standards? When was the first time you thought, okay, this is a problem? You may not know how big the problem was going to be, but what was that first instance like? This is not good.
It was 2 days after she was appointed.
Very early on.
As a leader in that position at that time, it was my job to do my best to make sure that I kept a positive attitude. After she was appointed, I just, everybody just, let's keep up. She was somewhat part of our team. Maybe this isn't going to go as bad as we think. Let's just all wait it out and give it a shot. I happened to be off work the next day. I went in the following Monday, and that was when it hit me that this wasn't going to be okay. I mean, when I tell you that they came in there and made it felt like a takeover. I mean, just busting in people's office. They have, trustee Andrew Holmes with a list of everybody's salary. He's walking around with somebody talking about, well, they shouldn't make that. I mean, it was just all very inappropriate. There were police, and they treated us like we were criminals in a place that we didn't belong, but it was our home. It was just very aggressive and very hostile. And that was when I realized that this wasn't going to be an easy transition for anybody.
Now, if we look at this guy, Styme Brandon on Instagram, you see this is him. He's always posting up Tiffany Henyard. But Stephanie Wiedeman has exposed something. She produced records from a Freedom of Information Act request showing that she listed this young man, Styme Brandon, as her assistant, admin assistant. Now, she already makes, $300,000 a year, right? But she spent $7,650 on weaves, makeup, nails, and sandals. She replaced the whole entire staff at Dolton Township, fired them all, brought in her cronies, and cost taxpayers more money on, first class trips, security details, everything like that. But 6 beauty transactions between April 6th and June 5th, 2023 have cost taxpayers $7,650 in just 2 months. Now, I'm gonna think about that. What person is spending all of that money? First of all, for who? Because I don't know what man wants you, baby. I'm gonna be honest with you, honey. It wouldn't matter if you had Rolex makeup on your face. A lady that acts like you, there is no possible way that anybody wants you. This is the one reason why I gotta say your own baby daddy don't want you. I can say that proudly now. On the behalf of black men, I think, and I have another video, I think that the lady has a problem mentally. So she's not a normal person. Okay, she's not a person that's sane. So you're getting all this money to style and lavish for what? I'll tell you why she's doing it. Because you don't want to work. You can't do that. Let me just tell you this, Rick. You know what? And I'm just a dusty, broke YouTuber. Why I could never take an opportunity like that, in my honest opinion? Because I would feel like, well, I would have more opportunities doing something else. Tiffany Henyard, this is the reason why she's trying to get that $3 million approved. And let me play that clip for you.
Got a controversy over a tax proposal in the South Suburbs. Some lawmakers are questioning whether the money will be spent properly.
Thornton Township trustees expressing concerns about that proposal moving forward. Dane Placco joining us live with what is giving them pause. Dane?
Yeah, a large group of South Suburban mayors have now banded together to urge their constituents to vote no on a referendum that would give Thornton Township and its controversial supervisor, Tiffany Henyard, nearly $3 million in new funding. How many of the villages do you think are opposed to this?
The majority of them.
All of them. All of them?
All the ones that signed.
This afternoon, we met with the mayors of Markham, Homewood, and East Hazelcrest, who are among 11 South Suburban mayors who signed that letter urging their residents to vote no to giving Thornton Township more money. It comes in the form of a referendum on next week's primary ballot that asks taxpayers whether they support a 0.15% property tax increase for the township that would go for mental health services. If approved, it would raise nearly $3 million in new taxes, roughly $200 a year for a home worth $200,000. But the mayors say Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard has not explained exactly how that money will be spent. And they point to our reporting on Henyard's spending both as Township Supervisor and as the mayor of Dolton, including thousands of dollars for trips out of town, using police for a personal security detail, massive amounts of credit card spending, and public tax dollars funneled into a charity in her own name.
That would be something that my constituents would ask me, is that, Mayor, can you explain what this is about? And we would communicate about that.
Do you know what it's about?
No, I don't.
She's trying to get $3 million from Thornton Township, raising taxes. Want to know why? Because she doesn't want to work. She wants the people to pay for her because she feels like she's a queen. She deserves all this. I've met ladies like this before. And even men. People think they deserve anything for nothing. That's them. They are complete sociopaths. They don't care about anybody but themselves. Long as they get what they want and they can lie, they don't care. Anything that's the truth, you confront them with it, it doesn't matter because they are living in a bubble called stupidity, irrationality. Then they got cronies that believe that too. Okay? The lady is insane. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. So, Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you do, Bell. We're out.